yeah, we have a different, I guess, version of a song for today, and it's kind of cool because it's from our church, but also it's kind of a collab with another person that does church worship covers. So yeah, let's just jump right into Graves into Gardens. Now everyone knows this song, good old Brandon Lake slash Elevation Worship. And you'll notice at the top here, it says Graves into Gardens, but TFHOC. So that's basically just implying, hey, this is our version. So it might be a little different. And then so for our team, I would say it is very different because you're going to notice there's certain lines that they add into different sections, but also they go into whole different styles of sections of the song at the end. So, but we're going to go to the reference track that those ideas were inspired and or borrowed from. So hopefully the original guy won't care too much. But yes, we have the Instagram post that I'm going to go to right now. Boop. Cool. So let's take a listen to this bad boy. I would love to just fade that out, but unfortunately, I'm just going to stop it. So I apologize. But yeah, you can tell super different version, right? Super different take, and obviously very gospel. But the great thing is, as worshipers and worship leaders, we have the ability to do things like this, right? In a live worship service. So because of that reason, our church, what we ended up doing was, first thing we did at the end of this chorus, we added this line. And we're doing this version in A, actually. Technically, the song is in, and I always have to push my guitar down. Technically, the song's in B. Yeah, you turn graves into gardens. But we're doing it in A. Or down here. So yeah, so the line is A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, 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 and then E. So the walk down that I was doing on guitar, at least. Let's see, hold on. A, G sharp, F sharp. So this little walk down, right? And then they repeat the F sharp again. Something like that, but it's simply just a walk down, starting on that F sharp, and they kind of end on the E, the five of A, right? So they're doing a 2-5-1, 2-5-1. So we're gonna listen to most of these parts, just one, because I don't want to screw up the syncopation, but two, yeah, it's fun to listen to stuff, right? So should be pretty straightforward.
Come on, this sounds like somebody who knows. Let's sing it out. Say, I'm not afraid.
So very subtle, even if you didn't do that, even if you just stayed on the one there as an acoustic guitar player, cool. But as an acoustic guitar player, you could still play that line. Do, 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 very simple. The bass is doing it for sure. And let's see. The only other little section or little thing that I can see before we get to the alternate bridge is this A to G sharp to the F sharp. So let's just play that. Why not?
To show you my weakness, my failures and flaws, Lord, you see them all, and you still call me friend, oh Lord, because the God of the mountain, the God of the valley, and there's not a place that His mercy and grace won't find me.
So you'll probably notice hearing some piano chord alterations, especially on that E chord. I believe it was right here, this E chord. They were kind of doing like a major minor kind of thing, or some type of little gospel-y organ kind of deal. And as much as I want to tell you all about it, if you know the style, I'm sure you'll totally get that. It's like it's a very unique and particular thing, but also, unless you got the equipment and you can actually duplicate it, there's no reason for me to even bother. So the other thing I forgot was this G over A chord. A lot of people don't, one, know you could do this, but two, probably use it all the time unless they're playing a certain style. I feel like Gap Band, trying to think of any other bands I've actually played like those types of chords with, but it's literally just you're taking in, a G chord. That's just a triad, right? Taking a triad, and then you're just adding an A in the bass. So if you can't hear it, but yeah, it gives you this very like Prince kind of sound, right? So there's that chord, and then it just goes to the A again, A, G sharp, F, or A, G sharp, F. There's a pickup, I believe. So it's like A, 1, A, G sharp, F sharp. So just so you notice that. And now we're gonna get to the good stuff. Once again, pulling from the Instagram recording that we just listened to. Let's go ahead and just scroll. I'm trying to think of how far it is. Maybe it's over here.
Come on, sing in church to the Lord.
There we go. All right, so that part. Da 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 da. Simply put, C sharp B A, right? And then F sharp E C B A. So it's da 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 da. It's very walk downy, which is cool. But then we got this little kind of groove.
You turn bones into art. You turn seas into highways. I'm the only one. You wanna sail with a strong heart. You turn gray.
And the ending part, the part at the end of the phrase. So we've got the walk up, right? I'm just focusing on the bass notes, so I apologize. I'm not putting the crazy slash chord, major, minor, 7, 9, 11, quadruple 7 versions. At the end of the day, this is for people that are just starting to play worship. So at no point should I be adding anything past, like, if not a 7 chord. Like I have a B7 right here, which I like never do. But other than a minor, major, that's really all I want to give people, because I just don't want to freak them out. But even me, like when I'm playing this part, I do the regular E chord, right? And then, this is a very common shape for guitar players. We usually play it here. It's called an F sharp over or D over F sharp, sorry. So D with the F sharp in the bass. So like a first inversion. But all that to be said is instead of doing it here, I'm just doing it a fret down. So instead of D over F sharp, it's C sharp over E sharp. Another fun little factoid. When you're playing in keys, right? Like if you're playing in C, for example, there is, for the most part, like a really easy way to communicate sharps and flats, because everything is just like everything is natural. It's a natural note. Well, when you get a note that's either already sharped, or you get in this case they're sharps, because we're in the key of A, which has 3 sharps. So we're going to go with the sharp theme. We're not going to put a flat, or for example, in this song, we have an E, we have a C sharp over E sharp, and then we have an F sharp, okay? So one of those 3 sharps is an F sharp. So we're not going to put F natural in a scale and in a key that already has an F sharp, because that is just really confusing. So to counteract that, we take something that's technically an F note and we call it an E sharp. I know it doesn't sound smart, but it just is what it is. So I apologize, but I'm apologizing today a lot. So, but yeah, so that's the reason why there's a C sharp to E sharp, or sorry, C sharp / E sharp. But yeah, anyways, let's get to this last part. So we did the E, we did the C sharp over E sharp, and then we got the F sharp minor. You can do it like that. And then we do the walk up. D, C sharp, D, and then it goes back to the E. Now you could probably do a, B minor, C sharp, or A over C sharp to the D, and then hit E. But for me, I would just play an octave anyways, if I was on acoustic, electric, whatever, bass. But all I'm really worrying about is that root note, because if anyone else is going to play anything, it's going to be the keyboardists, or it's going to be the lead guitar players. And at this stage in the game, we're not there yet. So then we basically keep repeating that for each line, except for when we get to the 3rd line. And then we've got so it does the E, C sharp over E sharp. It's kind of a cool little line. It's kind of reminds me of like those, Rage Against the Machine tunes, but yeah, F sharp, G sharp, A, C sharp, B, and then I add like a B sus, B9, or even if you just played B. But it's just, major, something major. And then it goes to the, I'm trying to remember if I actually changed that before. No, I guess I didn't. G over E. How did I play that? I can't remember. The only one who cares. I guess it could actually be the G over E sharp. We get into this later, and I guess I might have just not put it there. But even if you just played E to A to D, and then that walk up B, C sharp, D, E, you could do that. But let's get into this next section. And if you like this chord that we introduce, you can play it. Or I'll change it later. But at this point in time, we are here. Okay, so first 2 lines, as you can tell, are exactly the same as the other 2 in the first alt bridge 1. But then we have a different line. So let's hear that different line. Okay, so I am not playing the guitar line. I'm playing what the bass is doing, and most likely the left hand of the keyboard. So if you're listening on like a phone right now, you're not going to be able to hear the notes. But I did try to simplify it to the point where this is what I would do if I'm coming into a normal CCLI worship service and I'm adding to what gospel stuff's going on. So let's listen to it one more time just so I can get a frame of reference again. See if I can remember what it was. It's super simple. So it does the walk up, E sharp, F sharp, B, C, D, E, or actually B, C, D. I think I just jumped. I don't think I did the E. Maybe I was supposed to do the E. E, G sharp, F sharp, G sharp, C sharp, F sharp, C sharp, F sharp, B. So it's kind of, dun, dun, dun. So you could probably just play the line, don't try to jump octaves all crazily. So just follow the bass player, but without getting into the particulars of all those little guitar lines, because at the end of the day, that's kind of not the people that we're catering this to right now. But we want everybody to be involved. And if you're listening to the bass player, which we all should be, just to get those root notes, and work on our ear training. Yeah, that's what we're gonna listen to. And then, but then we introduce this new chord, G over E. Now, it took me a hot minute just to like figure out like what kind of like shapes I would want to use. And what we're actually playing when we do this chord. So it's, just a regular triad, kind of like with our A over G, right? That's that same little triad, but we could put an E in the bass and mute the fifth string. So if you want to do that version, you could. I'm trying to remember another one off the top of my head. Can't remember what I was doing. I mean, technically it's an E minor 7 would work. Literally one finger, right? One. I kind of like this better for guitar, at least, because I can still strum it and it sounds kind of like it's coming through, versus this just sounds like I'm playing all the open strings. So, but do what you'd like. But yeah, we got that. And then we have the A, D, B, C sharp, D. And then we go back into this G over E for the outro. So I'm still doing this little triad thing here. Then you'll notice the next chord is A over G minor. Crazy, right? So instead of that G over A, or A over G, sorry, that A over G chord, we do an A over G minor. So we're getting this weird sound over here. Sounds kind of like Jimi Hendrix, but you can even play this open A here. We have the open E with a G major triad. Then we have open A with a minor triad. And then we end with the D, G. So yeah, let's listen to that ending. And hopefully we'll be done. to let it fade out. No more stops. I don't want to stop it, I swear. But yeah, guys, that's basically the tune. If you have any questions, please hit me up. In particulars, like you want to hear something specific or have a tutorial for something specific, I could probably figure it out with the team, and but that's why we're here.